Very good morning, Sampath-ji. Am I audible and visible?
Raju, good morning. You are clearly audible and visible.
Very good morning, friends. Outset, let me welcome each and every one of you for the Fast Track webinar series exclusively for ICAI certificate course on forensic accounting and fraud detection course. This is batch number 2, and I must acknowledge the tremendous response for this program. Thank you very much. For the next 3 days, we are going to cover as much conceptual clarification on this forensic accounting and fraud detection areas. I'm sure this 3 days will add a lot of value with respect to what we are going to cover. Now, before I venture into the subject, let me share greetings to each and every one of you on this special day of Akshaya Tritiya, and also it synchronizes with the Ramzan celebration. So, Ramzan Mubarak and Akshaya Tritiya greetings to each and every one of you. Must appreciate one thing, guys, that this subject, when you have to clear your assessment test, it requires 50% marks, only 50%, and it consists of these syllabus. I must make one more observation that recently, that is from 2021 onwards, because 2021 we have the standards on forensic accounting and investigation standards has been brought out by Institute of Chartered Accountants. So from December examination, 2021 examination onwards, the percentage with respect to questions on standards are more. So therefore, every day I will slowly introduce to the standards also, along with the subject-oriented concepts. And your syllabus consists of few case studies. So may not be a very big case study, but they will give you situations, scenarios, and I'm planning to do a program, exclusive session only on case studies, which will add much more clarity on your examination content, which I'll be planning coming week, maybe on 27th and 28th, which will be announced tomorrow or a day after. And this is your detailed syllabus, and I'll try to cover as much as possible. I repeat, as much as possible. So what is not given here is only one item, which is your forensic accounting and investigation standards. So that also is included with respect to each and every topic. So I'll be taking an exclusive area with respect to your FAIS standards. Okay, so FAI standards. So let me introduce one by one. So please look at this first question. Forensic accounting, is there anywhere defined? Okay. So what I will take you to is, I'll take you to, this is our August 31, 2021 compendium of forensic accounting and investigation standards, which runs for 156 pages. So have a copy of this, a very important document. And of these, if you look at it, you have the entire standards divided into 100 series. You have 4 standards, and in 200 series, you have 5 standards, and in 300 series, you have 6 standards, and in 400 series, you have 3 standards, and in 500 series, you have 1 standard, and in 600 series, you have 1 standard. So put together, it is 15 plus 5, 20 standards are total. And I'll be taking you through the relevant standard one by one. For day one today, I'll be focusing on the framework of the standards, more so with respect to the forensic accounting definitions and certain content. So let me now take you to the framework part of it. So here, this is the framework, and framework gives fundamental definitions about what is meant by a forensic accounting, and especially para number 3 speaks about definition, and especially the explanation is also given in para 3.3. So I'll be focusing on this paragraph to start with. So what is forensic accounting? Is it a practice of applying financial ratios? Is it law enforcement of giving a subpoena financial records to determine unlawful actions? Now, what do you mean by subpoena? It is an order to attend a court to give an evidence. So that means it is an order summoned to give an evidence. So we call it a subpoena. Okay. So the B is silent there. So then the discovery and evaluation of evidence and the investigatory arm of SEBI. Oh, all seems to be very hard. So what I will do, I will take you to the definition part of the FAIS. So here, forensic accounting and investigations are defined in para 3.2. I repeat, in para 3.2. So there, please look at forensic accounting in para 3.2.1 and para 3.3.1. So these two paragraphs are fundamentals. I repeat, fundamental with respect to what is meant by forensic accounting. Para 3.2.1 and para 3.3.1. Now please look at this. The objective of forensic accounting. Why forensic? We ask this fundamental question. It is to discover the facts and evidence. Please be very careful. So already audit is there, and audit is over, and financial statements are signed, and later there is a forensic engagement because there is a loss of money, assets are missing, okay, business is not doing well. So what is fundamental? And the liquidity is a crunch. We use a term called solvent and insolvent. The company is moving towards an insolvency state. So you need to discover facts and evidence. Now remember one thing. The forensic may find a fact, may not find a fact. May find, may not find. Okay. It is only the objective is to discover. You may or may not find. No, the forensic doesn't push that. No, there is a criminal. You have to find the criminal and you have to punish him. So those are all only cinematic. And especially in the area of financial transactions, to reach a conclusion. So these two words are very critical in forensic. One, you discover facts and evidences. Number two, you have to reach a conclusion. And here, I am bringing your attention to a term called not to express an opinion. Audit is to express an opinion, but forensic is not expressing an opinion. You have to conclude. Yes to no. Your conclusion can be right, your conclusion can be wrong. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because you are concluding based on facts and evidences only. Because without facts and evidence, there is no conclusion. And there is no disclaimer that is required in forensic. Okay. Why? These two are very critical. Because to support a legal case in court of law. So therefore, forensic professional will be cross-examined also. He may have to give testimony in court of law. So how the facts and evidences are discovered? Is it the acceptable? Is it truth? So all this testimony has to be given. So therefore, three things are very critical. Number one, discovering facts. Number two, reaching conclusion. Number three, supporting legal case. So these three are very clear. That is equal to forensic. Now come to this quest. Okay. So applying financial ratios wrong. Law enforcement financial records to determine unlawful action doesn't go well. Okay. Discovery and evaluation of evidence. Suitable for court of law. Interpret and communicate findings suitable, because court has to come to a conclusion and court will conclude based on the facts and evidence. So it is 1C. I repeat, it's 1C. Now, how about D? The arm of SEBI. Oh, arm of SEBI is only a department. It's only a vertical. So forensic accounting is actually a subject. It is actually a process. So please look at this. It is to discover. So discover and an evaluation of evidence by a professional to interpret. Because why interpretation? Conclusion and communicate for court of law. So I think if this word you try to read as many times as possible, I will tell you majority of the concepts in your forensics will be very clear. Okay, good. Now come to the next one. If our actions are the result of misleading intentional actions or inaction, including misleading statements and the omission of relevant information to gain an advantage, then we have committed what? If our actions are a result of misleading intentional actions, misleading, intentional, or keeping quiet, okay, and the omission of relevant information, inaction, that means keeping quiet, omission of relevant information, I'm hiding to gain an advantage. Is it perjury, contempt, treason, fraud? All four are very close. Perjury is telling a lie in court. So it is nothing to do with that. So remove. Contempt is always with respect to court direction is not followed. Okay. So feeling that somebody does not deserve any respect or is without value. So that means that direction is not followed. So generally it is with respect to court. Contempt of court. Contempt of direction given by authority. Okay, we can also say that. So court contempt is not the only word. It can also be an authority. It can also be a top management. So contempt. What is treason? Treason is a criminal act of causing harm to your country. So that is why treacherous action. We call it a treacherous action. Okay. So all three, ABC doesn't match with two. So naturally fraud. But I want to take you to the explanation 1 to section 447 of Companies Act, which use the word intent to deceive. So please look at this. Misleading, intention, intent to deceive, to gain advantage. Okay, to gain an advantage. Undue advantage, there are two: wrongful gain, wrongful loss. Okay, so this advantage is actually blown into much bigger one. How? Undue. Now, what is undue is actually defined here. Wrongful gain, wrongful loss. So unlawful means both. But what is it? So this gain, undue, this advantage gain, to gain advantage is explained in two parts. So to gain an advantage. So it is the fraud definition in a basic sentence. I will not say a technical sentence, but a basic sentence. So 2D. Good. Now, when an auditor tests the documents, so normally you see a document by keeping them side by side. So you have a ledger, you have a voucher. Look at the voucher and you test. So testing. So of course you have two types of testing. One is a substantial testing. So naturally, when you look at a document and you do, it is substantial testing only. Okay. Now, Substantial testing, he has given various types. Then what is it known as? Impossibility test, absurdity test, juxtaposition. Juxtaposition. Now, what is juxtaposition? So I just want to bring to your attention the term called juxtaposition, absurdity. So absurdity test means which participates incongruity in a picture, story, or other written material. It's a test which identifies incongruities. So what is wrong? What is absurd? What is foolishness? Okay, something they are actually making fool of us. Okay, so to find that, so absurd, this cannot be taken. I will not take this document at all. So absurd. For example, the document which has this actually in Satyam case it happened. In Satyam case it happened, test of absurdity. So where the bank fixed deposits were actually confirmed by a banker, and in the letterpad we had 8-digit phone number. Actually, that letterpad belongs to some 6 or 7 years back. At that point of time, the phone number was only 6 digits. That means that particular letterpad was recently printed and it is given. So it is absurd. So you have a confirm, but what is absurdity? Test of absurdity. So please understand the difference here. So impossibility means the date is 29th of February, maybe 30th of February also. It is impossibility. Okay. So that is with respect to. So by elimination, it's only juxtaposition. So juxtaposition is keeping two elements close side by side. Okay. So that is 3C. So now let me take you to what is TGTBT syndrome? Oh, is it disaster situation? Is it missing documentation? Is it lovely glossy report? Is it chaotic conditions? Oh, but looking at all these four, TGTBT syndrome, one we can appreciate that out of these four, chaotic is negative, missing is also negative, disaster is negative, 3 is negative. Okay, the word is syndrome. Syndrome means something negative. Okay, TGTBT. Lovely glossy report. Is it positive, negative? It depends upon the report. So what I will do, I will take you to page 34 itself directly. Okay, so this is a institute booklet on FAFD. So here they have given what are all the various red flags. So in the various red flags, this is one of the red flags. Okay, so sudden losses, orphan funds, disaster situation. TGTBT syndrome means too good to be true. Too good to be true. So where a lovely glossy report is furnished, but whereas the actual situation is very poor. Report is so palapala. Okay, so palapala and the papers and all very good. The binding is very good. Okay, that is called TGTBT syndrome. So too good to be true. Too good to be true. You know the conditions. You know that is why ground level facts are very important. When you look at the paper, so it should match. So the lovely glossy report is called as TGTBT syndrome. Okay, TGTBT syndrome. So 4C. Good. So which is the process of handling or settling a dispute in a court of law? Oh, fraud, investigation, or before a regulatory body. That could also mean mediation. That could also mean ADR. Oh, very, very interesting question. So again, I'll take you to para number 3.3.2. So investigation is a systematic and critical examination of facts, records, and documents. Now, you need to appreciate one thing. Forensic and investigation is both the same? No, both are not same. Okay, so that is why I'm bringing it to your attention, the investigation part. It is a critical examination of evidences, documents, facts, and witness. See, forensic is discovering facts and evidence. So you don't have, you discover. Investigation is critical examination of facts and evidence. You have a fact. Now that fact will be critically examined to find the truth of it. That is called investigation. So forensic and investigation is not side by side. Forensic first, investigation next. But when a forensic report is given, the person who is reporting must be capable enough to judge, oh my God, my report will be subject to investigation. So my report should testify, okay, and I should be in a position to give testimony to those facts and evidences. That is why it is called investigation. So critical examination. Okay, now why? That should be brought before court of law, which will either strengthen the forensic report or it will weaken the forensic report. Okay. The examination would involve evaluation, then expectation the matter might be brought to a court of law or a regulatory body. So that is called investigation. So please have a fundamental difference between these two. So now naturally, in this question, it is not investigation. It is a process of handling and settling a dispute. No. So what is handling and settling a dispute? Handling and settling a dispute is the litigation. Mediation between two opposite parties. Alternate dispute resolution between two opposite. They don't go to court, but it is one step similar or akin to court, where you will not have a formal gathering, but you will have people will sit there along with their people. They will present the facts. There will be a discussion. So especially when the case is very critical, requires a lot of rounds of discussion, valuation, and maybe there may be a compromise also possible between the parties. So therefore, which may not happen in court. In court, there will be only one side, argument, and favor or adverse. That's it. So a mediation and ADR includes, litigation includes. So litigation is not only court. Litigation is also mediation and ADR. So, and forensic report will help in court, will help in mediation, will help in ADR also. So now answer this question. So it is actually litigation. So 5D. Now, which is a type of fraud where forged email, forged websites are used to defraud the user? Very, very careful, guys. Very careful. You have to be very careful with this question. That is why it is a caution. Okay. E-fraud, something electronic. So therefore, website, email. A seems to be an answer. Okay. Forgery is a very general term. So you can ignore. Phishing, social engineering. Because this social engineering also connected with what is social engineering? I'll send a very nice email. And then you have got income tax refund or 4,80,000 rupees. So please fill your bank details. So it is social engineering, but forged email. But phishing means not FISH. So PHISHING. Here also there will be a bait. So now ACD are very close to this question, to defraud a user. Forged email, forged website. Now how do you, and look at the word type. The word is called type, some one vertical. Now please come to this. Phishing is a type of social engineering that is used to steal user data, steal your personal information, steal your credit card data. Examples. Okay. So it will dupe a victim to open an email or a instant message or a text message. There will be a link in that. You click a link. Govinda, phishing, Govinda. That's all. Okay. So it is a type of social engineering. So social engineering is generic. Okay. See, how are you? Nice. And please take care of your health by clicking this link, and you will be blessed by people, and you will get 20 lakh rupees in your bank account. Just click this. Okay. That is a very general social engineering attack. Social engineering is being nice and then attacking. So that is a very general term. So phishing is very specific. Okay. So phishing, 60. Then come to what happens when a fraudster avails multiple loans for the same property? So multiple loans for the same property simultaneously for a total amount in excess of the actual value of the property. The actual value of the property 4 crores. But the bank A, bank B, financial institution C, put together the total loan amount is 7 crores. But the value of the property is 4 crores. Is it phishing? No, just no visa. Window dressing is actually to attract people, okay, to invest. Okay. So my balance sheet is very good, it is very strong, it is very strength. Okay. So please invest in my company. So that is called window dressing. So generally this term window dressing is a concept goes with financial reporting. Phishing goes with social engineering. Okay. So please note down all this so that the moment you see the word, so maybe by discussion you will understand, but please write it down. Shotgunning, skimming. Oh, these are the terms where you need to be very careful. So one by one, I'll try to unravel one by one. Now, what is skimming? What is shotgunning? I want to make one observation, guys. So we have certain courses of ICAI. FAFD is one course. ISA, the Information System Audit course, and certificate course on AML. Okay, it is called anti-money laundering. Not money laundering expert. Okay, it is anti-money laundering specialist. Okay, anti-money laundering. So it is a negative. Money laundering is a negative word. Anti-money laundering, negative of negative is positive. So all these 3 courses, AML certificate course is more about the legal part of it. FAFD is more about the process. How do you unearth? How do you bring facts and evidence? Fundamental is how do you bring facts and evidence, various tools, gadgets, techniques. How frauds happen? What is the reason for a fraud? How do you unearth it? Okay, so therefore, what is shotgunning? Shotgunning, especially it is called mortgage shotgunning. The word mortgage is shotgunning. And there is one more word called slamming. Slamming is different from skimming. Skimming is different. Okay. Skimming, I'll explain with a different example. So please understand, shotgunning or shot, it is not skimming, it is slamming. Okay. Mortgage slamming, shotgunning, both are same terminologies. Okay. Where multiple shotgun, that means you use it at a closer range. Okay. So multiple loans secured by the same home for the same home in order to receive loan proceeds greater, it exceeds the value of the real property. So that's called shotgun. Otherwise is called slam. Slam means what? 1, 2, 3. So same property, I slam with one loan, slam with another loan, slam with third loan. So that is called slam. Shotgun. So you shoot it 1 second, third. Okay, the same property. It's already dead, but you are again shooting. That is called shotgun. So 7C. Good. Remember, you have this fraud triangle, fraud diamond, fraud circle, fraud scale, fraud tree. All this you need to understand because this started first. Fraud triangle was a concept developed in 1940. We can call it as PRO. What is PRO? These are the reasons for a fraud. Pressure, rationalization, opportunity. But what is the fraud diamond? Fraud diamond is a 2004 concept. Same PRO is there. But one more is there. It's called CPRO. This is pro, this is CPRO. So what is the one more element they have actually identified for a fraud? It is not only pressure, motivation or incentive. It is not only rationalization. It is not only opportunity. Each one there may be a question. I'll come. What is meant by rationalization? What is meant by opportunity? Okay. There is one more reason. Fraud triangle is to give you the reason. Okay. Like that, fraud diamond also gives you a reason. Apart from pro, there is one more word called C, capability. Okay, C pro. Fraud triangle is pro. Fraud diamond is C pro. Okay. So what is this additional one more reason for a fraud? Capability. Without capability, how he will implement that fraud process. Okay. So there is the pressure, there is an opportunity, rationalization, he give reason. But he must be capable enough to do a fraud. Okay. So today it is people may not have that capability to actually do a fraud. So they will keep quiet. So by looking at 4 people, he doesn't have the capability at all. How will he do it? Okay. So that is very important. So like that, you have fraud pentagon is there. Fraud triangle is only 3. Fraud diamond is 4. Fraud pentagon is there. So 5. Fraud circle is there. Fraud scale is there. Fraud tree is there. So each are one model. But fraud diamond is 2004 model. Fraud triangle is 1940 model. Okay, please understand these fundamentals. Now, pressure, opportunity, and dash are the aspect of fraud triangle. PRO. P is there, but R is rationalized. Creation, commitment, and all is wrong. Then nothing to do with. So it is 8A, rational, PRO. This red signal, red flag. Actually, this concept of red flag and green flag is to give you an idea. Green flag means everything going on very well. Okay. Red flag is there is a signal, there is a danger signal, there is a warning. Something is wrong. We have to find out. So, a red flag is an indication which can be numeric, which can be something excess, which can be deficit. So, somewhere some numeric numbers will give you an indication. Okay. So, what is termed as an indication of a danger or a warning? Red flag. Okay. Now, what is the flag which denotes good or true? Green flag. That's all. So, green flag, red flag. Amber, white, we'll discuss what it is. Okay. There is a increase in working capital borrowing as a percentage of turnover. Now, as a percentage of turnover, there is an increase in working capital borrowing as a percentage of turnover. Now, please understand this question carefully. Is it a good or a bad? You have to only say that. Now, working capital borrowing as a percentage of turnover. Now, when your working capital will increase, when your working capital will decrease. When working capital increases means your turnover should increase. Working capital decreases means turnover will decrease. This is normal. This is, I will call it as a white flag or a normal. This is a normal scenario. But turnover is 100 crore. Your normal working capital is, say, let us say 18%. 18% 100 crore is 18 crore. There is an increase in working capital borrowing. From 18, it has become now 24 crore, 24% as a percentage of turnover. Does the turnover increase? No. So, increase in working capital borrowing. So, when you borrow working capital, you churn. You have to rotate. So, when you rotate, your turnover should increase. If your turnover doesn't increase in working capital borrowing as a percentage of turnover shows that something is wrong. That is the red flag. Okay, please understand. So, I am sure all of you are professional. I need not explain all this. So, I will quickly vary. A case where a employee doesn't take travel advance. Oh, he doesn't take travel, but always pays from his pocket. So, he's in Tamil we used to say romba nallave. Okay, romba nallave, very good person. Okay, it is a green flag. Okay, 12B. Good. Now, what is non-verbal cue? Non-verbal cue means you don't you ask a question, somebody answers. That's called verbal. You get a cue. From his answer, you will know. See, that guy is stammering. That guy is actually giving a different answer. So for our leading question, he is not giving an answer. He is giving a roundabout answer. So that is the verbal cue. Now, what is the non-verbal cue? His eyes will be rotating. Okay, the space, time, physical character, body movements, touch, paralanguage, artifacts, environment. Okay, you have seen many movies. So there will be a gold, gold watch. They will actually put mercury on the gold watch, and then it will look like a silver. So gold items they'll put mercury. So environment, artifacts, paralanguage, touch, body language, body movements, all these are non-verbal. So now analyzing non-verbal cue is important for a forensic professional while interviewing a suspect, interrogating a suspect. Now, interviewing a suspect, he'll give an answer. That is verbal cue. Interrogating a suspect is you arrest him and you interrogate. Interview is without arrest. Interrogating is after arrest. Both you ask questions only. But non-verbal cue is important while you either interview or interrogate. So both A and B. Okay, so these are all general questions. So I am not going to fraud tree. Remember, guys, fraud tree is actually a model. Okay, where it is which lists different individual fraud schemes. Look at this. Corruption, different types of corruption. Bribery, illegal gratuity, conflict of interest, asset misappropriation, cash appropriation, inventory asset. financial statement for net worth overstatement, net worth understatement. This is called fraud tree. So in a fraud tree, a model which lists individual fraud grouped by categories. These are all categories. So you have a list, individual fraud scheme. These are all individual fraud scheme. It's grouped by categories and subcategories. This is subcategory, this is category. The fraud tree. So individual, category, subcategory and category. It's called a fraud tree, not a fraud triangle. You have a fraud square also. Actually, there is nothing called fraud square. It's only fraud diamond is there. Fraud square is wrong. Okay. Fraud model is general. Fraud model is general. So you have a names for it. Fraud circle, fraud scale, fraud triangle, fraud tree. Okay. Fraud diamond. There's nothing called fraud square. So wrong. Fraud square is fraud. Okay. Fraud triangle, you know, PRO. Fraud diamond, you know, C Pro. Fraud tree, you know. So category, subcategory. Okay. So 14D. Good. Now, so this is when the fraudster is able to give a personal justification of dishonest action. Now, I am actually fancied by this Sarkar dialogue. Okay. So where Amitabh Bachchan will give an answer. मुझे जो सही लगता है मैं करता हूँ, चाहे वो भगवान के खिलाफ हो, कानून के खिलाफ हो या पूरे सिस्टम के खिलाफ हो. So that particular scene, somebody will come to Amitabh Bachchan and say, people are saying like this. So alag log, they have different versions about me. But let me tell me about me. मुझे जो सही लगता है मैं करता हूँ. Whatever is right to me, I will do that. चाहे वो भगवान के खिलाफ हो, whether it is against the God, कानून के खिलाफ, against the law, या पूरे system के खिलाफ हो, or against the entire system, I am doing it because it is right to me. He rationalizes. He kills people. He actually does. Okay, he's a mafia king. Okay, in that Sarkar movie. So when a fraudster is able to give personal justification, you can see all kinds of hero gunda type movies and all. They'll give the justification for dishonest action. Even the KGF movie also, you will have seen the same. Okay. It is known as pressure or opportunity rationalization. It is called rationalization. So 15C. Okay. Various frauds in banking sector are called as. Actually, shotgun you already know. Shotgun is mortgage fraud. Okay, multiple same property, multiple loans. Okay. Now, shotgun is it a banking fraud? Yes, because it's a very general question. You have to understand the question first. Actually, please look at this question. Actually, in this question, a type of fraud only will select phishing. Otherwise, forged email, forged website is social engineering. Social engineering is an answer. Actually, for forged email, forged website. But a type of fraud where used to defraud the user, type of fraud. Because social engineering is so many. Okay. So a type. So type means there are so many like forged emails. So phishing is only one. Because so the moment you say comma, social engineering will come. Okay, general. So you have to understand whether it is a specific question, type or general. So general means, look at this. This is general. Various. Oh, he doesn't specify. Various. Appraisal fraud. What is appraisal? So there will be a renewal fraud. Okay, renewal appraisal. He will not be eligible for renewal, but it will be renewed. That is a banking fraud. So naturally, appraisal fraud is a banking fraud. Short-gunning is a banking fraud. Mortgage also comes under. So short-gunning is a type of mortgage fraud. So mortgage fraud where it will be undervalued property or overvalued property. Property is actually only 40 lakhs. But it will be overvalued for 4 crores and they will get 2 crore loan. But property was only 40. So it is not short-gunning, it is mortgage fraud. Please understand the difference between same property, multiple loan. Mortgage fraud means overvalued and then taking loan. Appraisal fraud. All of the above. So 16D. Please understand. It's a very general question, but you have to understand. Okay. So now skimming, I didn't discuss at that time. So I'm now discussing what is skimming here. Skimming is a very important. Skimming is a technology question. Okay, it's a technology fraud. So now let us understand what is meant by skimming. So a form of white collar crime is taking cash off the top of the daily receipts of a business and officially reporting a lower total. A formal legal definition is called defalcation. This is called skimming. So the on top of in a coffee you will have the froth. You remove the froth, even then coffee will be there. People will not know that you have removed something. So every day you will 43 lakhs 20,900. So the 20,900 you remove, 43 lakhs you bank it. So it is a white collar crime. Skimming is taking cash off the top. Okay. Forgery, fraud. Fraudster may alter check. Okay. So definitely it is not skimming. So phishing, it is not phishing. We just know understood what is phishing is. It is actually electronic fraud, which is the type of social engineering. So therefore skimming is not there, phishing is not there. So may alter check to change the name or amount on the face of the check. So this is it forgery or disbursement? Both are very close. Both are very close. Okay. Forgery generally refers to false making or alteration. Forgery means alteration. Please understand. So first alter check. Alter. So that word alter means forgery. Okay. So please catch word is very important. Okay. So please write down forgery means alteration. That is the catch word. Actually, disbursement fraud. What is disbursement fraud? Maybe instead of disbursing to A, it is disbursed to B. That's a disbursement fraud. Okay. So please understand the concept, which will be very clear for you. So in FAFD, two things only very clear. You should be very clear. How frauds are done, how frauds will be unearthed. Okay. So there is a very beautiful book written by Ron Weber. The preface of the book. Okay, the name of the book is called Information System Audit and Control. In the preface, first line he will write. Okay, preface. To be a good auditor, one should be good at the client's business than the client himself. And the client, not to be a competitor, but to understand and to find out how the perpetrator will think. Okay. Oh, sorry, I am in 18. I think these questions are all tough. You can do it. Ratio analysis is one of the key aspects which a forensic professional has to look at. Naturally, it is correct only. See, only when you say, just now we saw that percentage of turnover to working capital. So what was the average percentage? What is the current year? So when there is an increase, there is a red flag. So is one of the key aspects. Ratio analysis is not the only key aspect. This is one of the key aspects. So 18A. Okay. So this can't say nota and all is only to the. So true or false only should be the answer. Okay. 3D vision. Okay. 3D means all direction you should see. Okay. So time dimension, space dimension, both A and B. Okay. So what is meant by 3D vision? What is time dimension? Time dimension means that current year, last year, last before year. This is called time dimension. Okay. So or month-wise analysis. 1 month fraud has happened on this month alone. So you want to actually, if the one accused is there, you want to say, okay, he is the guy. But actually, when you do the time analysis, you will know this guy seems to be a very good guy. Why he is being framed? So that's called time analysis. Now, what is space dimension? Space dimension is okay. So what is the turnover? What is the size? What is the minimum turnover? What is the maximum turnover? For this inventory, what should have been the turnover? For this material purchase, what should have been the sales, or what should have been the inventory? Material purchase should be more, but inventory is less. Material purchase is more, sales is less. Then where the material gone? This is called space dimension analysis. So 3D vision is only time dimension or only space dimension or both A and B. It's both A and B. That's called 3 dimension. Okay. So 19C. Fraud is a deliberate act of omission or commission by any person carrying out in the course of banking transaction or in the books of accounts maintained manually or under a computer system in banks, resulting in a wrongful gain to any person for a temporary period or otherwise, with or without any monetary loss to the bank, is a definition. Now, I need not tell you this. See, this is the definition given by SEBI. If SEBI gives the definition, in the definition, capital market will be there. If RBI gives the definition, in the definition, there will be bank will be there. Now, fraud is a deliberate act of omission or commission by any person carrying out in the course of banking transaction. Number one tip. And lawfully under compute is the in banks, second tip. Resulting in a wrongful gain, etc. with or monetary loss to the bank, third tip. So these are the three which actually highlights that SEBI is not the answer, RBI is the answer. Okay. ICAI will not be specific to capital market, will not be specific to bank. It will be very general to business. Okay. And ACFE is Association of Certified Fraud Examiner. So all the four, they have given definitions of fraud in a different perspective. So all the four definitions, please go through. This is an RBI definition of fraud. Okay. This is RBI definition of fraud. And this is the link for that. So let me just click this link. This is that particular link. This is that frauds in banking sector. Okay. So you can just open this. You have the entire, this is frauds in banking sector. So here the definition of fraud. This is the fraud definition. A definition of fraud is, however, suggested in the context of electronic banking, the report of RBI Working Group on Information Security, Electronic Banking, Technology Risk Management, Cyber Fraud. So this is that definition. Okay, good. So now, which of the following is a method used to embezzle money, a small amount at a time from any different accounts? Embezzle means to steal, to loot, to take. Okay, embezzle. Okay, embezzle a small amount at a time from any different accounts. So that means you have 48,923.46. That 0.46 alone will be chopped off. Will be chopped. Okay, and you take that alone, and for hundreds and thousands and lakhs of accounts, that paisa alone will be chopped off and it will be transferred to one single account. So that is a very, very good movie by Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones. It's called Entrapment. And in that entrapment, they will go to a Malaysian Petronas tower. Okay, so in that one server will be there. The server, they will be shutting down that server at midnight. Okay, 2000. So 31/12/1999 midnight 11:58 they will shut down. 11:58, 11:59 they will shut down, and again on 1/1/20/2000. Okay, 2000 by 12/1 they'll open. So in the 2 minutes from the bank account, all the accounts, the paisa alone will be transferred, and that alone will be mounting to some millions of amount. Is it called data diddling? Data diddling means before the data is entered, you change the data in the source document itself. Source document, so you use a rubber, change it. That's called data diddling. It has nothing to do. Pretext has nothing to do with it. Spoofing and salami technique. Actually, salami technique is a way by which a series of small imperceptible steps, a type of computer fraud which small amounts of money transfer are numerous. Actually, the word salami means you cut. Salami means you cut. Okay, so you truncate, you cut and then you transfer. So that is why the word is called salami. Salami means truncation. That is actually, salami is a very, it is a colloquial term. It's a colloquial term. It is actually a usage in United States, and especially for chopping off the immaterial values transferring to one account. That's called salami. Spoofing means it's totally different, where a perpetrator will masquerade himself as a genuine guy. That's called spoof. Okay, you have various spoofs. You have email spoofs. Okay, so all these types are there. So it is called 21D. Good. So now let me take you to payment to vendors who are not on the approval list. Okay, not on the approval list. So normally payment to vendors on approval list, it is actually a normal transaction. So that means a green transaction. Payment to vendors, so you have 43 vendors, but only 42 vendors are on the approval list. So that means, who is that vendor? 43rd vendor. So is it red flag in purchase red flag in payroll, red flag in accounts receivable. No, vendor. When accounts receivable is something related to sales, that means customers. So vendor doesn't come under D. Payroll is something to do with employees. So vendor doesn't come under C. Red flag purchase means vendor. Purchaser from vendor, you have to make a payment to him. So management red flag is very general. Okay, very general. You have various types of red flags. Okay. So in that management red flag means where the red flag will be highlighted to management. Okay. So that is what we call it as a management red flag. And you have various types of red flags here. Please look at this. So one is we call it as financial performance red flag, accounting red flag, operational red flag, behavioral red flag. Okay. Structural red flag, personal red flag. Okay. So all these are the various. So management red flag is generically a red flag to report to management. Okay. So payment to vendors who are not on approval list is a red flag in purchase. So 22B. Theft of an employer's property which was not entrusted to employee will be defined as. Now, I'll again go to larceny steganography. Now, what is meant by steganography? It is concealing a message in a picture, okay, or in actually a poster, okay, or in a message, okay. So, concealing a message in a computer file, in a message, in an image, or in a video also, okay. So, that is called steganography. Now, what is larceny? It is a crime involving unlawful taking or theft of a personal property of another person. It is an offense under the common law of England and became an offense in jurisdiction which incorporated common law of England into their own law. In India also it is there. Okay, but we are following a different terminology. But larceny is the original name, involving unlawful taking of a personal property of another person. So you chain lane another person's property, you take. Okay. Now, theft of employer's property which was not entrusted to employee will be defined as. Now, here does it say anything about this taking of personal property another person? So it is another person here refers to employer. Employer's property which was not entrusted to employee. If it is entrusted to employee, he is a custodian. So employer's property doesn't belong. It's not entrusted. So he takes, it steals. Is it lapping, larceny, checkneating? No, it is larceny. So 23B. So please try to match those concepts. So one side, you have to understand what are the types of fraud. Another side, you have to understand how frauds can be unearthed. Okay. So the entire subject is only this. And another third dimension is there for FAFD. Those are your standards. So it will only revolve around these three. Weaknesses in internal control environment, which lead to which kind of fraud? Weaknesses in internal control environment will lead to which kind of fraud? Now, internal control, is it related to general red flag, employee red flag, management red flag? So whatever they have given there, under that there are further subsets are there, various examples are there. Now we'll understand one by one. Internal control environment. What is connected with this? General red flag doesn't match with internal control at all. So therefore, I'll remove the word general red flag. Now employee management. Okay. Now employee red flag means it is connected only with the payroll. Okay, payroll related fraud and employee related any inefficiency which has to be unearthed. The employee related fraud which has to be unearthed. Okay. So nothing has been mentioned here. Internal control is an environment who's responsible. For example, there is a control with respect to stock verification. Why stock verification is there? Okay, because whether there is any clandestine removal of goods, that has to be reported to the top management. So that means it is management related red flag. Internal control environment will lead to which kind of weakness? So which kind of management red flag? Okay, so management red flag, that means they must be concerned about this internal control environment weakness, and they should strengthen it. So 24B. Okay. Good. So this is an example of steganography. Steganography is the process of hiding. Please look at this. Process of concealing a message. Process of unearthing a message. Steganalysis is the art of analyzing files. So steganography is concealing. Steganalysis is analyzing the presence of a data hidden by steganography and potentially recovering the data. So do you able to see any message in this picture? So figure 1, an image without any modification. Figure B, an image after embedding a list of names, emails, and cell phone numbers. You are able to see any difference here? Technically, no, but there are embedded. You have to just blow this and you have to do some analysis because there will be pixels in it. So you have to go inside her eyes, inside her nose, inside the hat. Somewhere they would have hidden something. Okay. Good. Good. So which is the practice of concealing a file? Concealing is steganography. And unearthing a file, steganalysis. Okay. So please understand the difference between these two. Okay. Steganography, steganalysis. Data hiding, encryption, image. Encryption, you need a public key, private key. So, or without, it can even be a, what do you call as not a public key cryptography. It can even be a private key cryptography also. That means you have a single key. So, same key to lock and unlock. So, encryption. So, is it PKI or is it single key? So, public and private key encryption, or is it single key? So both can come under encryption concept. Okay. Imaging. Imaging is actually data imaging. So it is technically copying data. Okay. Copying data means imaging. So same imaging means one hard disk, another hard disk, one pen drive, another pen drive, one CD, another CD. Same data you take an image. That is for analysis. So steganography also will be analyzed. Encryption also will be analyzed. Data hiding also will be analyzed. So all four connected with analysis. The practice of concealing a file, message, image, video within another file. Message, video, or image is called steganography. So 25C. Okay, good. The basic principle used in identifying red flag. Very important. Very, very important. Which is the basic principle used in identifying red flag? What is red flag? It should give you a caution. Oh, something is wrong. Okay. Distrust the obvious. 3D vision. 3D vision is also red flag. We are just now saw. Inverse logic. So try to, why not? That's called inverse logic. Okay. Why not? This guy seems to be white shirt and white pant. He's a very good. Why not? He should be. That's called inverse logic. Okay. Distrust the obvious. So no. This everything is good. No, distrust it. Analyze it. Think. So winners don't do different things. They do things differently. So like that, distrust the obvious. So all these three are principles to identify red flag. So it is not only 3D vision alone. Okay. So all of the above. Good. Now, what is the purpose of red flag rule? Okay. Is it to detect the warning signs of identity theft in day-to-day operation? To take steps to prevent the crime, mitigate the damage in it. What is red flag? Red flag means already damage has been happening and the numbers is showing something. Okay. Is it to detect the warning signs? Is it to take steps to prevent the crime? Prevention means before it happens. Red flag means already it happens and it is showing you. Things may go bad later. So mitigate the damage it inflicts. Mitigate means already some damage is happening. Some overflow is happening. See, from dam, the water is overflowing. Anytime damage. So you have to. So that is a red flag. So detecting of a sign is not red flag. Preventing is not red flag. Mitigating, because red flag means already some damage is happening. That is very important. So 27C. So guys, I am sure we have come a very good round. So let me. Before I request Sampatji to give his closing remarks, any one of you can share your feedback. So let me request Tamilaya. So we have Tamilaya. I have unmuted Tamilaya to share your thoughts. We have Hina Bora to share your thoughts. Naga Kumar, we have Naga Kumar is also there to share your thoughts. We have Mr. Narasingam Boda is there. PJ Reggie is there. Reggie. So can we listen to you? Yes. We have BV Sunil Kumar. BV Sunil Kumar is there.
Sir, this is Naga Kumar, sir.
Oh yeah, please go ahead.
I'm Chairman Coimbatore branch, sir.
So
How are you, sir?
I'm doing extremely well. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thanks, sir. I have joined the FAFD also, sir. We have completed the classes, sir.
Very good, very good. So
54%, sir. 54, sir, the numbers
oh,
during the class. It's a great thing. And out of that, nearly some 9 past chairmen were there, sir, during the course. So it's
okay.
great, sir. So now I came to know certain important aspects. It's very great, sir. By the time, due to the shortage of time, certain technical words, I missed it. I could not understand. But now, because of your session, I came to know certain technicals also, sir. It's a great thing. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So our best wishes to you. Now over to Sambat Kumarji for your closing remarks.
Dr. Raju and my dear friends, Dr. Raju has taken us through roughly more than around 30 questions and many pointers which is all needed with the highlighting pointed references to the distinction about each of the word, and he has taken a lot of efforts. Thank you very much, Dr. Raju. We are eager to listen to your speech for the remaining sessions also. Always I used to make a request. There is a blog spot in which Dr. Raju will share today's material, everything for our benefit. The only reciprocative gratitude what we can show to Dr. Raju for his efforts in a passionate manner is put a word of your appreciation, encouragement, or a constructive suggestion. Thank you very much, my dear friends.
Thank you, sir.